quite some fights last night. I watched them all. I got my man Mickey Big coming on right now as well. Hey, what's going on, Mick?
Yo, what's up with you? It's good.
Hey, what's up, man? I see you got like a new scenery each time I get on with you.
Oh man. It
Feels
hard.
what I feel.
I get on with you.
Oh man.
So talk to me. Have you were you able to see some of the fights yesterday? Um, so talk to me. Have you Can you hear me?
Yeah. Echo. Hold on 1 second. Is it good on your end?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me good, or is it my echoing?
Is it good on your end? Yeah, I hear you. It's cool.
You can hear me good. Is it echoing on your end?
Nah, just a little. If you can't hear it, then it's cool.
Is it echoing on your end? Okay, because I was just all right. So but before that, man, I gotta say this Demetrius Andres and David Benavidez press conference, just gearing up to the styles. Um, I think it's an interesting fight, man, and I wanted to talk to you about it. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I love this fight. This is a great matchup. Because one thing about it is people forget that it was hard for Demetrius Andrade to get a big fight for a while because Cass was kind of avoiding him, and they was avoiding him because of his style. Tall, slick, southpaw, slippery. He could punch. He got speed, and he's undefeated. He never lost. So I think that it's a real intriguing matchup, and it's kind of crazy because his first big fight is against a monster though. Like his first, this is a pay-per-view fight. So my thing though is like, man, can he haven't been that active. So can he keep up with Benavidez's work rate? Can you keep this big dude off for you? Because usually he going up in weight. So usually he's the bigger man, Andre. But this
Yeah,
time you fighting the giant. You
I
fighting
mean
the dude.
he fought two big guys. He fought Fox and somebody else that were pretty
Yeah, but
big.
they he's skinny. He like see Benavidez is 6'2", 6'3", and I mean, he's strong as hell too. So the whole thing of the fight will be, in my opinion, can David Benavidez outbox him for 12 and keep Benavidez off of him, and but see Benavidez, he can box, but we already know he gonna put the pressure on. We already know he gonna put the pressure on Andre. My thing is, can Andre keep him off for 12 rounds? Though? As much as I like Andre, can he keep him off for 12 rounds? That's the whole label of the fight. Can he keep Benavidez off his ass for 12 rounds? That's what the whole title and topic of the thing is. Does he have the skills to? Yeah, because he can box, he can move, he's slippery, but doing it for 12 is a whole nother animal. And I don't know. I don't, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't see nobody at 68 beating Benavidez. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But other than Canelo, Andrade is the best candidate to beat him. If I was to name somebody, it'd be him and Canelo. That's it. But I don't think nobody could beat Benavidez at 68. That's just my opinion.
Mm. So is this a 50-50 fight?
Not my opinion. Nope.
Okay.
No. Kind of like I'd say 65-35, 60-40, because now I'm a fan of Andre and his style, but we talking Benavidez though. Like this dude is a killer. But Andre could throw him off, man, if he in like 15 round shape. which I told you where he was at when we talked. So I'm sure he's gonna be in great shape. And this it's tough because I like both of these guys, but this, I always gotta be realistic and get the fans a real. I can't do favoritism. Like, and I think Benavidez is gonna win the fight. As much as I like Andre, I gotta get the fans the real, and I can't play favoritism. When we talk boxing, it ain't about who my friend is or none of that. I got Benavidez giving him trouble though the first half of the fight, but I don't think he been in them grueling matchups like Benavidez has been in the trenches for years, and Andre haven't been fighting a lot and getting those kind of tough fights. And what was the one guy he fought? He it was a tough fight. One of them UK guys.
Liam.
It might have been, and but I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited about the fight. It's a worthy matchup. One of the best matchups this year. I just don't see beating Benavidez at this weight.
So basically, well, they're talking about supposedly these guys believe that who are the winner of this is the best middleweight fighter like in the division.
Yeah, I would say that. Um, I would say that. I think people, Canelo got the popularity, so a lot of times people want to keep him at the top, but honestly, we got to keep it real, man. He looking like he don't want no smoke with Benavidez. This what he doing. Or waiting to see a decline in Benavidez, then he gonna want to step up. That's what it looked like. And this ain't taking credit saying Canelo ain't a monster because he is, but we got to be real. We got to be real. We got to say why like people want to see the fight. It's a huge fight. He should be fighting him next. But 9 times out of 10, he gonna wait until Benavidez is struggling to make super middleweight, or let's just say Andre drop Benavidez, but he don't win the fight, or he make Benavidez look bad. Then I think he'll step up and take the fight. But now, if he stopped Andre or he demolished him, we not gonna see that fight
No.
for a minute. We ain't gonna see it next. We gonna see it probably in a year or two because he's struggling to make super middleweight because he a big guy. Benavidez, I think. But when it's business, I can't say that it ain't a smart move to make. But as the fans, we want to see Benavidez first. We want to see the first Canelo because I ain't counting Andre out. I think he got the best chance to beat Benavidez outside of Canelo. But as of right now, I just don't see nobody beating Benavidez at 68.
Mm.
I think will fall and better be if them the ones that I would like to see. That if you would say who might can beat him, that those two I think at light heavyweight.
Can be Benavidez.
No, I don't know, but I give him the best shot because of the size and the boxing ability Bivol got, but then the power that Better BF got. I think those in that weight he might have more problems.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, and then when it comes down to like your opinion with Benavidez and Canelo, like you think that's the best two going at it in that division?
Yeah, because it's a super fight. We for boxing, I think it's best when the super fights are made. It should be a super fight like every 2 months at least, and it's enough talent to do that. It should be one super fight a month, or at least every 2 months. You got a super fight or two in every weight class.
Well, you see what Showtime's trying to do. They're just trying to do pay-per-view events, and they're talking about how they're gonna start just stacking these cards together. Like we got the Navarrete versus this the brilliant Brazilian dude that Shakur fought. He's an Olympian, and they got him in the co-main event with him and Edwin de los Santos.
They,
So
they need to
it,
start doing that like Don King used to do back in the day. Remember his cards was stacked. He had, but it was only 3 fights then. I think they need to go back to 3 pay-per-view fights and just get all 3 good fights. Like, don't nobody want to see mismatches on a pay-per-view card. We want to see like in the Don King days in the 80s and the 90s when it was stacked. Like, but I think it's getting back to that. Now we got to give Benavidez credit for fighting.
Boo boo.
Wasn't nobody really trying to fight Andrade with his style, and it's really not much game for
But
Benavidez.
we
But
have to we have to keep it 100, right? Nobody has wanted to fight Demetrius Andres at 54 and at 60. Not at
that
68. He just got here.
100%. So I think that's gonna play a part too. But it can work in his favor, being stronger, maybe not having to cut a lot of the weight. But like I say, I know he doing some good training because he up there, at snack. And
I heard, bro. I heard.
yeah,
He's
so
looking big.
I've been hearing some good stuff about how he looking, working out. But it's no question, Benavidez is a gym rat and an animal. So the whole story is, can you keep this guy off for 12 rounds? A dude that's coming at you with speed, power, body shots, killer instinct.
And he turns it up a notch at on the seventh too. Like he has like a different gear after the seventh.
100%. So it's kind of like he gonna have to fight. Andre, best bet would be to test the body. Nobody really went downstairs on Benavidez a lot, so
Yeah,
he
Constancia.
uh, Andre is crafty enough to try to get to his body because he can slip, side to side and kind of find his body. Most fighters weren't body punchers that he fought. That wasn't really their style. They might poke him here and there, but you got to really try to dig hard to his body to stop some of that momentum. That's the way, and that's why I say Canelo is pretty good at that. So that's why that's a good fight. But I just don't think Canelo could keep up with the volume and the speed of Benavidez.
Mm, mm. Now, when it comes down to this fight with Andres and David, like what would be the testament of how good Demetrius Andres is, uh, when it comes down to this fight with David? Because in reality, it's like you know, he's was the guy in those other two weight divisions, and then I guess he fought for a vacant title for one of those titles as well, which I don't know if that necessarily matters when it comes down to him earning it. Like this fight right here that just happened yesterday with Tim Tszyu, they just elevated his interim, just so he could have the WBO, regular.
Oh, okay. Andre is a legitimate elite fighter, so his skills are legit. But the only thing is the competition. I don't think that we can name off the top of our head any real tough fight that he had. Maybe one, maybe not. Benavidez that ran it. He didn't have tough. He fought tough contenders. So that's what I think the difference in the fight might be. But the only thing though is Andre got great speed. He could move well. He got good speed. He
Good
could throw
feet.
his hands off. That's one thing that Benavidez
Southpaw.
kind of clumsy with his feet, but he makes up for speed and his long arms and his power. But his feet are kind of off a little bit sometimes when he throw combinations. But if Andre could exploit that and get to the body, then I think it'd be a 12 round. It'd be a great fight.
Does it compare to some of these other fights that Showtime has put on this year? Like, is this
Oh,
considered one of those end of the year bangers?
100%. I put it as, man, I ain't gonna lie. I put it over to Charlo and Canelo.
Of course. I mean, it gotta be better than that. Jeez.
Yeah, I think this might be the top 2 or 3. Let me think who we had. We had Ryan and Tank. It's better than Ryan and
That
Tank.
was it. Got to be better than Ryan. I mean, we're expecting it. Let's be honest. We're expecting it to be right.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is gonna be top two or three best fights of the year period because of the style contrast. Because I think it's the first time we might see Benavidez a little confused. He haven't really nobody really gave him an obstacle in a long time. I think that Andrade is gonna be the first one to really give him an obstacle.
Well, I think Caleb Plant was definitely an obstacle.
Yeah, he was sort of, yeah, but I think that style was kind of a little tailor made. As good as Caleb Plant is, I just think Caleb is
Need
real
some
good
awkwardness to him.
boxer, like pressure. Caleb real good boxer, but that style for Benavidez is kind of like. But to me, with Andre being a southpaw, he know how to get low. You know how he can get low and I think if he get low and switches levels in the fight, touch his body, jab, move, and I think that he could cause some obstacles. But the question is, he got to be able to do it for 12, like, and have killer instinct in him too, because you gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta make the fighter show that you in for a fight and back them up a little bit too. Sometimes you can't just move around and let them just come to you. And you know, he gotta back Benavidez a little bit as well, put him on his heels. But it's a
Mhm.
great fight.
I think now, do you think the age of Andre?
Nope. I'm gonna cut you earlier because I'm 3 4 years older than him, and I know what I could do in the ring still. See, you can't put the number on the fighter because name some guys in their 20, name some other guys in their 20s. Other okay, now I like David Morrell. Whoever just brought that up in the chat, I like him at 68 too. David Morrell. He just got to
He's
get more.
bad.
Yeah, I like David Morrell. I forgot about him. But he need more experience. I like to see him and Caleb Plant fight.
Me too. I think it's a masterpiece.
I forgot about him. But no, age don't matter because if you take care of your body, if you take care of your body on the off season and you could be 28 and be an older boxer than a 38-year-old. All right, let's not forget the pound for pound champion is 36. Terrence Crawford. He had his best ever. Do you see him slowing down anytime soon? But you know why? Because he stay in the gym and he's dedicated. Like I say, my body feels better now than because I'm healthier. I didn't eat a certain way. Okay, somebody say he a vegan, so it depends how you treat your body. I'm gonna say that, but no, age won't play a factor.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm actually really I think this is gonna be the one of the end of the year bangers for sure. Obviously we got Regis and Devin. You know what
Another
was that?
great. No, that's gonna be a good one. Devin will box his ears off though, because the thing about that fight and Regis, like Regis is a good fighter that I like to watch, but he not gonna be able to match his IQ, even though he's 10 years older than him. Devin then got to school and then he like it seemed like um it seemed like Regis still kind of learning himself, like almost. Now Devin been already getting his schooling since he was a kid. Everybody trying, so it seemed like while Regis is older, still trying to find his identity a little bit in the ring. Devin is young and he kind of already got his. Like, but Devin been prepared for this kind of stuff since he was 7 or 8 years old. Now, Regis got a puncher's chance because he can punch. His power is legitimate, but I think Devin just gonna beat him in a 12 round decision, like 8-4, 9-3, which is a clean sweep almost. Because Regis might win 2-3 rounds maybe, but the question is, Devin is 140. He might be able to hurt Regis now. Weight
Right.
class, He gonna have more power at 140, but I just don't think Regis got the IQ, the skills, which he will do, I'm sure. But it's not gonna be easy for him to trap Devin to do it. He gonna have problems with Devin's footwork.
Mm. So, basically, for Regis to win, he has to knock him out, and it has to be a puncher's chance.
Or he got to drop him and then have him. He got to put him on the canvas in some way, or he don't even have a chance.
Yeah, he gonna have to put him on the canvas at least 3 or 4 times.
Like Devin footwork. See, the thing is this: you could predict what you gonna do now, but imagine when you get in there and you say, "Damn, I thought I was gonna do this, but it's gonna be harder." Once he get in there, it's gonna be Devin gonna be harder than you think. But at the same time, Regis could go in there and make Devin think like, damn, okay, he got some thunder. He hit harder than I think, and he could cut the ring off. But last fight, he thought that he didn't know how to cut the ring off. Now, can he fix that in one fight? I don't think so.
Mm.
I'm just being real. Like we breaking it down real on here, man. We ain't gonna fake and talk. Now I'm gonna get a fighter they props when they deserve it because Regis
Yeah.
can. Do I think Regis is on Devin's level as a fighter? No. Regis just his eye in his mind, he got the confidence and he think you believe in himself, which is good, and he gonna keep believing. But I look down and I don't believe in what people say. I look and I get the results and how they fight and the tools. He just don't measure up to me tool wise with that. But he does have one thing I can say he got is he probably got more power. Other than that, I don't pick nothing over Devin that he got.
What about does Devin struggle with southpaws?
I don't think he struggled with him. I think that now with Lomachenko, he fought one of the baddest dudes in boxing. Like, I mean, I'm gonna just be real. IQ wise, he's top notch. Like that, Lomachenko is just a brilliant fighter. Like
Special guy.
I like Loma, man. He's an excellent fighter. So I knew that was gonna be a tough fight. I told Devin be prepared because he gonna get his rocks off. It's gonna be you gonna have to overcome in this shit. There ain't no easy fight. You can fight him 10 times and it's gonna be hard every time. So to me, he's better than Regis Lomachenko. So I think him coming off of the Lomachenko fight, skill wise, this will feel easier. But I'm gonna be honest, Regis got way more power than Loma. But I don't think he'd be able to find Devin like Lomachenko was able to find him because Lomachenko was a slick fighter. He got great movement and great footwork and angles. The angles that he put on Devin was confusing to a 24-year-old, a 23-year-old. The experience he made Devin feel the experience, right? I don't think Regis can do that. He might be older, but Devin is more experienced. Even though Devin is younger, he more experienced to Regis than me. Like as far as the whole totality of their boxing career since a kid, I think Devin got more experience than Regis. Just like total in a whole boxing career. Now Loma had way more than Devin, and he made Devin feel that. Devin felt that he had more experience. Lomachenko. Oh
Mm.
yeah, I got a new page. Make sure y'all subscribe to Fight Guy TV. I don't know if it's up here if they can see it or not.
Got it
Cause
right here.
we well,
Yep, Mickey Big got a new channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to it. It is Fight God, no spaces, TV. Make sure you guys smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. It's free. It's free. So, did you see the clip of Roberto Durant showing Regis Prograis that little thing on the in the heavy bag how to throw the left hand?
yeah, but see, that's one day. See, Devin been getting schooling from the Mayweathers since he was 8 years old.
No, I just wanted to hear your opinion on just like the actual video
I,
itself.
and I saw it vaguely, but I think it was a minute ago. I think it was a minute ago. But oh yeah, I think I'm. So I hear. Yeah, so I think so honestly, you can hear me good, right?
Yeah, well, you
Uh,
good
I
money.
thought I had my phone, so I thought I had my headphones hooked to this phone, and it wasn't. So I gotta. But okay, he's saying somebody said I'm a fanboy. They forget that I trained Devin, so that ain't a fanboy. I know Devin, and like I say, you got to realize this. I'm not gonna be biased with nobody. I'm just being honest. Like log back on December 10th and see what I'm talking about.
All right,
You got
you're being honest. You being honest. All right, so now that
not as
we on we no you stay 100, right? We stay 100 on here. So did Shakur Stevenson duck Devin Haney?
nah, nope, nah, nope.
Speak your
It
mind.
wasn't a duck. Listen, not only was it not a duck, they not ready to their fight not big enough yet for them to like now in 2 years, 2 3 years it'll be ready. It's not ready yet, but Shakur ain't ducking nobody, and Devin ain't ducking nobody. Now some of these other fighters, I ain't gonna lie, they kind of like I might not say duck, but I don't think some fighters want to take the risk with the reward for fighting a guy like Shakur. People like man, I lightweight think Loma for the first time ducked somebody, and it was Shakur. But
Ooh,
but I ain't gonna lie, if I was managing Loma, I wouldn't have had him do it because I that style matchup is bad for Loma. I think
yeah,
Loma's gonna end up fighting Cambosis for the vacant title.
I agree. We spoke upon this a while ago.
Yeah, but nah, but that was the first time I ever seen Loma duck somebody.
Yeah, me
Like,
too, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That was the first time I ever seen it.
and I ain't gonna lie, if I was his manager, I wouldn't really even. I'm gonna give him the grace on this one. I ain't even gonna call it a duck. He's just making a smart move at 36, 37. I think it's a bad matchup after fighting Devin Haney, going to the other young dog that's the best in the world. The other young best fighter in the world don't make sense business wise. Like, if I would now, what I want to see is Lomachenko versus Tank. That's what I really want to see is Lomachenko versus Tank. Is a huge pay per view. I don't want to see Tank versus Pitbull. As much as I like Tank, I don't want to see him against Pitbull again, which I think is probably the front runner. I want to see Tank versus Lomachenko, Tank versus Frank Martin, or Tank versus Manny Pacquiao.
Yo, I think Tank and Manny Pacquiao probably be one of the biggest fights
Uh,
in
uh,
boxing.
100%, it would because the whole question to be is can he stop Manny Pacquiao? That's hard to do, because
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao Tank he still got some thunder, so we don't know whether he might Tank. So that's really what I would like to see. I want to see Tank in all super fights. He to me he the face of as far as like the biggest draw. Like even though Canelo is big, but he don't bring Tank. Like I ain't gonna lie, I seen the vibe when Tank fought because I live in Vegas. When Tank fought Ryan and this Canelo fight wasn't a comparison. No, Tank was way. I think Tank is the biggest all around draw in boxing. Like as far as bringing the stars out, like no, Terrence, I got to put him there too because him and Spence was off the chain too. So I think right now we got Tank, we got Canelo, we got Crawford, we got those three as like the superstars, like to where they can bring people out. But the only thing though is Canelo gotta have the right dance partner. I think him and Benavidez is the fight that he needs because this fight with Vegas was dead the week. I couldn't believe how dead Vegas was. He fought Charlo. I thought it was gonna be like it wasn't packed like that, like I thought.
And yeah, they hit around like 700. You and I, we were like, yo, 750, 800. Remember?
Yeah, we hit it on the nose. Like man, people not buying. They want to see Benavidez. They don't want the other fights.
Yep. They did the same numbers as Bud, which is like horrible because it's like if you really think about it, that shit was a gear up for fucking 5 years. Bud and Spence.
Yeah, and
When Charlo, nobody was never talking about Jermell Charlo. They was talking about Jamal Charlo fighting Canelo. For real, for real.
see, the bad part about it to me is it's too easy to steal pay-per-view now. So if like when Floyd and when they was fighting on there, wasn't all this streaming. So nowadays you got to triple or double. You got to at least double the number. That's what would have did 5 years ago. It would have doubled. So now you lucky to get over 500,000 in the pay-per-view because you can listen. When I was watching the fight, my guy's thing broke down that he bought it right, and it was freezing. My dude pulled it up for free and had a better reception than my guy that bought it. He had to pull it up for him because my guy that bought it froze. So I'm like, man, this is gonna be a problem. Like the pay-per-view model is they could still make money, but they're gonna have to do something about the streaming and
Right.
free.
Now, the fights last night, man. You know, Tszyu has shown that he could bully Brian Mendoza. You believe that Tszyu would win, and he did it. He did it pretty easily. I think that the scorecards were a little off. I think Mendoza, at least cleared away. At least four. He pummeled at least four, and that definitely gave him the seventh round. Closer fight than what it should have been, but leading up down to the stretch, Mendoza didn't have enough, and it seemed to me that Tszyu saved that last gear just to really just pummel him. Um, when it comes down to Tim's doing that performance, obviously you had him winning the fight, but as do you want him? Right away he called out Jermell Charlo, like right away. Um, was that a performance that was impressive to you, or do you believe a Jermell Charlo will expose that version of Tim Tszyu?
Yeah, he'd beat any version of Tszyu in my opinion. Like because he just don't got the experience yet. I don't think he could beat Charlo. I think he came. I don't think he'd beat Charlo. He'd beat Terrence. I think if Tszyu should fight Lubin, that's what's best from to Zoo's point. Him should try to fight Lubin. He ain't gonna beat Charlo or Terrence, Charlo. No, you know what? I think Earl Spence. My opinion was that Earl should go fight Tim Tszyu and then fight Crawford because once people see that he back, he just say he stopped Tim Tszyu. It'll look good. Then people will be like, "Damn, we want to see part two because he look a lot better at 54." So that's what I would like to see.
That would be nice, yeah. But now we got to make sure that it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah, I don't see nobody else beating Spence though, other than Crawford.
I don't
Well,
know. I don't know.
I
Tim Tszyu, he
don't think he could beat.
badass.
I don't think he could beat Spence. I think Spence will stop him.
Yeah.
I think stop him.
I don't know. I feel like there's something wrong with Spence. I don't know. I think this version of Spence is not.
Yeah, we got to see. It's just like man, the dude always bounced back though. Like when he fought off the accident, when he fought Danny Garcia, I kind of thought he slowed up, but then he looked excellent against Ugas. So sometimes I think that styles just make fights. But he did, Terrence is a hell of a fighter, and I think that he's shocked Spence with what he brought to the table. It was
But
just
yeah,
he,
it's just that Tim Tszyu, he hits a lot. He hits hard.
no,
He's
Tim is a
he's
big.
a solid puncher.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't see nobody else beating him other than I'll say I think Crawford, Spence, and Charlo. But I would like to see him fight Lubin, somebody like Lubin, or I think
Because
him and Lubin.
Lubin's hungry.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Him and Lubin to be. I mean, he'd be a good fight with anybody though. But I don't see him beating. He definitely ain't beating Charlo or Crawford. I think both
So
of them.
he's giving his belt right back to where it was supposed to be.
Crawford to beat jenelabek.
So yeah, so now we got to get into it. I mean, damn, you had to jump in. That's a topic. Bam. All right, go hit it. Say why. Say why.
Hold on. Virgil Ortiz. I like Virgil beating Tim. I think I said that before when we talked, right? Once
Mm,
I like Ortiz to beat he another that just need to get back in the ring. But back to that, I like Crawford. I like Crawford beating any middleweight in the world. I like
mm.
middleweight. I think he could beat any middleweight in the world.
So you saying that you Crawford beats everybody from 60 to 47?
Right now, yeah. The only dude I think his best fight will probably be Boots. But I think that Terrence going for the mega fights. I think that Boots is going to clear out. He's going to be the next undisputed world heavyweight champion. Like, I just don't think the timing right now is good because Terrence trying to get the biggest possible. Even though that's a great fight, like as far as it's a great fight as far as like in the ring. I just don't think pay-per-view wise. I don't know. I don't, but I do think Boots will give him the best fight out of anybody in those weights right now. I think it'd be Boots, but I just don't think it'll align right now. Maybe in a year it might, but I got Boots as the next world heavyweight undisputed champion. I don't
You
think
know,
nobody got a chance to beat
I,
Boots.
I talked to Bernie, right? And Bernie, and he
Yeah,
goes and tells me that when it comes down to Tim Tszyu and they just elevated him champion. He believes that they should fight for the belt all the time. you know. And then when it comes down to Boots, he feels like he should more fight like a Keith Thurman and kind of like stay away from Crawford right at this point in time.
yeah, fighter. But my thing is this: who want to fight? Don't nobody really want to fight. The fighters that we want to see fight Boots, they don't want to fight. I heard Barrio saying that he want to fight Boots. Now, like I say, I give props to all the fighters, but we don't want to see that. Boots is too good. We want to see Boots with a I wouldn't mind seeing Boots with a Manny Pacquiao or like a with a Manny
That's
Pacquiao
scary.
with
Don't
a
do my boy. Don't do my boy Pack like that. Nah, that's messed up.
yeah head crush Pacquiao for sure.
Don't do
But
that to my guy.
with Thurman, I wanted to see him fight Virgil Ortiz, but I'm a but I mean the good thing about Boots is he'll fight anybody. He ain't tripping. Like he even got dudes like Cody, Crawley, Stanionis. I think Stanionis wanted to warm up about. But one thing we don't got to worry about with Boots is the smoke. He ain't dodging no smoke. That's one of my favorite fighters coming up in the game. I like the young guys that'll fight anybody.
And if you had to bet on, who would you bet on, Boots or Terrence Crawford if you had to put your money on it?
Got to put Terrence over anybody right now, just realistically, because of the experience and he at his best. Imagine where Boots gonna be 5, 6, 7 years from now. He just getting into his own to where he's elite. Like he's elite, and I don't see nobody else beating him. But I still would say he got the best shot at beating Terrence. But I don't. Right now, Terrence is at his peak. I don't think that Boots not at his peak yet. Like Boots only 26, something like that. Now imagine Boots 20, 30, 33, 34, 35. He gonna be murdering dudes. It's gonna be crazy. But right now, I just don't see. You got to favor Terrence against anybody. But Boots is a rare out of the young guys. I think Boots, Devin, Haney, Shakur, and David Benavidez. Lil Bam is good, but he just don't have the opposition. Out of the young guys, like in the early to mid 20s, them the young dudes that could handle anybody. Like, cause boxing changed the word, and athletes change. Period. Now the word, the best athletes are in their 30s now. It ain't. It used to be the 20s. That's what every sport. Basketball. Look at the best basketball players. They between 35 and 40. So because of the science and all of that is different now. So to me, them the guys that I see that's young enough to deal with anybody. Other than that, you can't even put a 20-something-year-old in there with Terrence. Name a 20-something-year-old in there that you even think could go the distance with a 36-year-old. Think about it.
Mm.
Nobody. So what I would like to see him fight the Stanionis and become an undisputed and go up. I think that he would beat Tim Tszyu and all of them. Boots, he'd clean out 54 in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like he good enough to clean out the 54-pound division. So I'm ready to see Virgil Ortiz come back though because at 54 I see him beating. I think he could beat Tim Tszyu and all of them guys.
yeah, they're big guys.
Yeah, I don't think he could beat Charlo, but I think he could beat everybody else.
Mm. So, um, when it comes down to to Crawford, it seems like some of his plays are gonna be like, you know, handle this rematch with Spence, but then wait for the winner of Tim Tszyu and Jamel Charlo and become undisputed four
Yeah,
time
yeah, I would do that. I would do it, and then
and add another weight class on top of it.
I would go to middleweight after that, and then I'm telling you, I think he'd beat everybody at middleweight. He'd beat all because I think Terrence beat. He'd beat. I think he could be clean out this. Now super is too big. Like now, if he went up and fought
But
Canelo, that's
but just
that.
to fight, just to fight Canelo to see what happens. Then you spin the dice and then you retire. That's it.
Yeah, because if I was him though, I'd go for the 50-0. I would just fight 3 times a year to beat that 50-0 record. He only 9 fights away, like 9 or 10 fights away. So Terrence take care of himself. He always in the gym. He could do it. But I wouldn't go past. I would strategically pick the bigger guys that I fight because Terrence is still like a natural 40 pounder. He is solid 47 pounder, but not a big one. But he just good enough to beat the middleweights and the junior middleweights. But I wouldn't go to 68 unless maybe Canelo, even though that's kind of pushing it. But I do think that he's a better. I've been saying he was a better fighter than Canelo. Um, but them weights, you still got to be careful a little bit. But Terrence is good enough skill wise and got enough power to get your respect. So I would go for the 50-0. I wish Floyd would come back and fight him. That'd be a fucking hell of a fight. But I don't know about that. I
Yeah,
think now Terrence was a lightweight before. I'm sure that Tank wouldn't go up and fight Terrence at 47, but I wish he was a risk taker and to do to something like that. He's not that much bigger than Tank. He like think about it. He was a lightweight, Terrence. We saw Tank fight at 140. I think him and Crawford would be in like a year. I think it'd be a hell of a pay-per-view matchup. I mean, I don't think that he could beat Crawford, but I'm saying,
just to
hey,
get these matchups being
uh,
made so we get to see it.
let's get the matchups in. Like, but I want to see Tank and Shakur at 35. But that ain't gonna happen till it's at least a unification. But I don't want to see Pitbull. Tank got too much talent to fight a rematch against that guy.
Mm, mm. Now, like when it comes down to like being a pay per view star, you kind of want to like make sure that your opposition is hot still, so you can continue to make those numbers and find a balance. Your views are gonna be like the stock trade market. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you selling that much with Ryan, what can
Imagine
you?
this. Yeah, would you want to go from Ryan over a million to 300,000-400,000 with Pitbull Cruz? Like, no, I think even the Frank Martin fight is sell better than that because Frank is undefeated. They got the sparring. They was going back and forth about who would win in the sparring. I just think these fighters should take all the big fights, win or lose. It's good for the sport. It's good for the pockets. But Tank is a cash cow, so I can't knock. the decisions he make, but fighting Pitbull to me is not a big pay-per-view draw. It's not a big. Nobody really cared to see that because Pitbull almost lost his last fight.
Yeah, with
I
Giovanni
would rather
Cabrera.
Pitbull fight Frank Martin. If anything,
Mm.
I want to see Tank in all mega fights. I want to see him in all mega fights. He just good for the sport all around.
I mean, what like at the end of the day, if it's not Shakur and it's not Devin Haney, right?
Uh,
You know, Keyshawn is. I mean, we haven't talked about Keyshawn, right? We haven't talked about his performance yesterday. It's too early.
yeah, it's too early. Yeah, I would like to see Keyshawn fight somebody like Jermaine Ortiz, somebody like that. But Tank, I would like to see him fight Lomachenko or Frank Martin. Like I'm saying, matches that can be made. We know Loma will fight him, and Frank Martin and him both under PBC. I think them the two easiest fights to make. I was hearing them saying something about him fighting. We know him and Teofimo is a great fight, but it ain't gonna happen. Like right now in February or January, it just ain't gonna happen. So I think Frank Martin and Lomachenko and Frank Martin is the likely matches that could be made for him.
Wow. I never thought about that matchup.
No, I ain't say Curry versus Jermaine Ortiz. I want to see Shakur against let me see. I like to see. It's gonna be hard for anybody to give Shakur.
Well, I mean, let's keep it 100, right? They got Navarrete under the card, right?
Yeah,
They got Navarrete under the card,
yeah,
and he might want to go for what? This will be his fourth division now, being
yeah.
champion.
Yeah. You know what? I like that somebody brought up in the chat. I got to see more of Maralta, but him and Keyshawn would be a good
Yeah,
fight.
more to tire. Yo, that kid can punch.
I want to
That,
see him and Keyshawn fight.
and he's with Robert Garcia. They're teaching him good. He could box. He got a nice little in and out game too. Decent little jab, but he's explosive. The kid's explosive.
I would like to see Keyshawn fight.
Now, his last fight that he fought, he pretty much scorecards were not in his favor, actually. They made it actually look like it was a closer fight than what it should have been. You know, he was controlling the pace the whole time. I mean, I would have to give Wu, 2 to 3 rounds, you know, at max. Um, he had moments. Now we finally got to see in this fight Keyshawn take a punch. Um, he passed the punch test because I mean he went right into that big left
Just
hand.
a big puncher though, so that we can't count that. Then I want to
Can
see him. Listen, I want to see him fight Maralta. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Mortataya.
I want to see them two fight. People need
Yeah,
to ask.
we should be actually demanding that fight.
I want to see, yeah, the fans see the people got to demand the fights. Like we want to see him in with that guy. That guy's a dog. I'm sure he ain't gonna turn it down. And I don't
And
think.
he's young too. He's not one of these older guys either.
Yeah, I like that guy. From what I've seen, I got to watch more of him. But I think that he bring the contrast style to Keyshawn that'll give him problem. Ain't these young dudes ain't gonna beat him in a boxing match, Keyshawn. You got to get somebody to know how to punch and pressure. What skills? Like you said, Robert Garcia usually got those kind of fighters. They can box, but they pressure fighters that box. They not gonna dance around with you. They're gonna try to get you out of there. I want to see him fight. I want to see Keyshawn fight that guy.
Yeah, that would be great to watch. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I would
um,
like.
yeah, and then when it comes down to those other prospects, I mean, we're gonna be having Andy Cruz. He's gonna be fighting on the co-main event with Devin Haney.
Oh, he
Uh,
is. I didn't know that. He got an
yeah,
opponent yet.
I don't know who's his opponent, but you already know it got to be somebody in the top 10 and or
I ain't
top
that
50.
pro yet.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
like now he did make a good choice as far as going in the professional boxing landscape because what people got to realize is that just because you a nationality or a race, that don't mean that your style fit that narrative. Like I say, you got great Mexican that's boxers, you got great black fighters that's pressure fighters, you got Puerto Ricans that could do it all. You got to go with who fits your style. It's not a race thing in boxing. But I don't go off of race and this and that. You got to
me
go
neither.
with who fits your style. And I think that him going to Philly was a good thing, but I don't think it's hard. It's gonna be hard for him to pull off of that amateur style like that. He might get better, but I don't see him dealing with the Shakurs and the Devin Haneys and the Teofimos and the pros. But I do give him improvement since he went with Bowles. He went out to Philly with Boots and them. I think that was a good move for him.
Teach them some of those tricks ahead of time.
Yeah, but I don't think that he would be like a. I don't think he's gonna be able to deal with like the Devin Haneys and the Shakurs. Like I don't see it.
You think he can come up with a great win with Keyshawn Davis if they fought?
I don't know. In the pros, Keyshawn looked better than me in the pros. Honestly, 12-round fight, he might clip Cruz. Like it's a difference keeping your concentration for 12, 10, 12 rounds than 3, 4 rounds. You could dance around. The Cubans are the best in the amateurs. Like, but as far as the pros, I don't know. But I do like that he picked both. So that was a good move.
Yeah, man, that was a good move. I can appreciate that matchup. Um, and then we got Shakur with De Los Santos, Edwin De Los Santos.
I
What
don't
you
give
think
him
about the matchup?
1% chance, and that's a puncher's chance. He ain't got no shot at beating Shakur. He don't got no shot at beating Shakur unless you close your eyes and land something. He can't deal with him in no department of boxing. He might even get stopped. Like, I'm just like I say, I'm being real on here. I ain't gonna sit up and lie. Now, it is a good fight. Dude could fight. Nah, this guy can fight, but I don't think that he gonna have the condition or the IQ to deal with Shakur. I'm just cutting. I'm being straight, cut and dry with it. Good fight. Is it a fight that I'm gonna tune into or go to? Yeah. So it is work for the people tuning in, but
I know it's
I,
in Vegas Thursday night.
yeah, I don't give him a shot to beat Shakur though. He gonna get beat every round.
Ooh.
But it is a good matchup. I give it that.
You don't think Shakur got the power to get him out of there?
Yeah, I think he can. Or I think he could break him down. I think he gonna break him down, hit him to the body, and just. I think he gonna frustrate him mentally. He gonna mentally drain Dela Santo. He gonna mentally drain him and probably break him down and beat him up, or either get him out late or beat him up. But dude ain't gonna win one. If he win one, it's gonna be if it's a 12-round fight, he might get one or two tops. He might get a sympathy round or two to where you know how sometimes the fight, but he ain't gonna he gonna get beat hands down. Like it's gonna be a shutout.
Mm. Mm. Um. Yeah, man. That. I feel like that's gonna be a little treat for us. That's coming up real soon, as
But
well.
fight though, I ain't gonna take credit out of the fight because we got that fight, we got Benavidez, and we got Devin Haney. Them the three fights that I am excited about watching. Like you know, unless they make any other match, them three legitimate fights that everybody should watch.
So, like, what do you think about boxing now that like we're hearing some rumors with Showtime and like them just wanting to do pay-per-view events? Do you feel like I'll still get the same amount of traction as far as they'll try to at least make sure that they got something for us Showtime, twice a month?
Oh yeah, yeah. Anytime you got Al, that was a great businessman before he came to boxing. He was, the biggest concert. So he ain't gonna make a move if it ain't huge. So it's Al. Like Al always make big moves. Like every time people think it's done, he come out with a yearly schedule, like a 6-month schedule. He gonna end up coming out with a schedule. It's crazy. Like so, it's PBC. I don't think we got the PBC at top rank, keeping it. Them even Eddie Hearn, but you ain't got nothing to worry about with them. Like they gonna keep the big fights coming.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for some of these fights, man. Um, we've had Richardson Hitchens speak very, very, very loudly of wanting the winner of Devin and Regis Prograis. Um, if that, do you think that that's not even possible?
Yeah, it's possible because they were the same. They both fighting under Eddie Hearn. So, but the only thing is, I think Devin gonna want a bigger fight. Like Devin gonna want Teofimo.
You think he's gonna go straight at Teal?
Oh, he will. It's just gonna be whether Tio will do it or not. Devin already proved what he'd do by him even straight up to fight Regis. It still ain't day in the walk in the park at all. So I think that I think at the end of the day, Richardson, I would like to see him fight like another like top fighter, and then maybe him and Devin got a build. But if he was like a mandatory, Devin ain't turning no fight down. If the money there, Devin will take it. But
Mm,
I would like to see Hitchens get him a couple more under his belt.
yeah. And if he did, who would you lean towards in that fight? Like
I don't see nobody at 40 beating Devin. Even
nobody?
no nobody. Even though Hitchens is one of my favorite up and coming contenders, Devin just fought bigger fights, more experience at that level. Uh, but I would like to see. I think Hitchens could maybe beat. I think he could probably beat somebody like Ryan Garcia. I would like to see. Even though Ryan trying, I would like to see them two fight. But yeah, I think Devin is. I don't see nobody there beating him. I like him and all of the champions. I like him and Hitchens in the future. I like him and Matias. If Matias wins, he might get upset. I might have a bet for you. I might have a upset for you. Matias might get upset.
Really?
I gotta see because, like I say, you remember I came up under the Kronk stable, and I found out that dude was with Kronk, and they fight well against dudes with that style. So I got to do my homework.
Mm, okay.
I might be hitting you up with some plus money. I got to do my homework within this next week.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So the Tio and Tank. I mean the Tio and the Devin Haney fight. It seems to me that's probably one of the bigger fights besides Ryan Garcia being so popular and stuff. Um. Do you think and speak upon that? Do you think he's still won over? Like we had people believing that he was this unstoppable force of, he's too fast. He's the fastest boxer right now. There's no way that Tank can beat him. And there was a lot of people that were believing that. Those people, if they were betting, they lost a lot of money. Um, but in that case, do you think he still has that dominant, fan base that is willing to spend money on pay-per-view?
Tio,
Ryan Garcia, after getting knocked down by a Tank,
he got to have the right dance partner. But
so he got one.
nah,
It,
nah, I
you
could
gonna
fit.
get rid of him?
That ain't one of the one. That ain't one of them. Like now, I ain't saying dude can't fight or nothing, but Ryan gonna have to fight like even him and Hitchens would be like, or even Rolly. Rolly would have been like a good. That would have been a real good draw, like him and Rolly. But no, I don't think. That ain't a pay-per-view fight, is it, Ryan's? Is it regular to zone? Good, good. That ain't. But I do like Ryan in some of these big fights in like a year or two. See where I think Derrick James gonna slow him down and educate him a little more. I think once Ryan really in about a year or two, he gonna be more mature, settle down a little bit, and he gonna be a threat as well in that weight. Like he got the tools. He just need a little experience.
You know, they could have went with somebody with a name. You know, they could have definitely went somebody with a name coming off of those many pay-per-view sales. Um, but for some weird reason, as promoters, they put him with somebody that most likely he can beat. That could be a manufactured record, or the guy can really fight. Why do you think that they're not continuously trying to add him to fight on pay per view again? Is it for them to not want to, for us to not gauge what he's worth at this point in time?
Yeah, I think that they don't want to ruin him too early. They want to get their bread out of him because he is a big. And I think they'd rather just. I think it's a smart path. I think it's a smart path, but him and De La Hoya beefing. Let's not forget, not accusing De La Hoya, but it's a dirty business. So I ain't Rolly no more. It might be a slap in the. It might be like a chest ties to Ryan. Say, you know what? You ain't. I was gonna give you this world title belt. I can, but now I'm about to. You know, who knows? I ain't saying he is, but to me, it made sense for him to win the world title if he can against Rolly would be the easiest route, style wise, in my opinion. I think that would have been the way to get a belt for him. Other than that, it's going to be harder for him to beat T.O. and Devin and all them for a belt. So I got to watch Matias a little more, maybe. But I don't think he want that kind of smoke right now against the dude that rough. I don't think so. Well, Ron, I think they making the right move and moving slow, but I don't know what the intentions are. I don't know what the intentions are behind their relationship, De La Hoya. It's hard to work with a promoter when y'all beefing.
Exactly. They're not gonna motivate, and keep you at their best interest if you guys are
It's
arguing.
hard for me to say what's going on with that. I think Ryan probably be best at PBC.
Yeah, a lot of pictures going around with him and Floyd.
Either Eddie Hearn or PBC probably for his weight class.
He's going to Lakers games, sitting with Floyd.
Yeah, he don't seem that hungry to me, but I ain't gonna count him out. Maybe he is, but Gary Antoine Russell, that's the 40 pounder's name, right?
Yep.
I know him and Hitchens not gonna happen, but I would like to see that.
Yeah. He really wants the winner of you know Devin and Regis, but I told him, I said, hey, you and Matias, that's an easy fight to make, straight
Yeah,
to the title.
yeah. You know what? That's nah. I got him. I got him stopping Matias.
That would be crazy.
Good fight. You know what? That make all the sense in the world. They with the same promoter. That's probably gonna happen first. Now that need to happen first, but the promoters need to align with some kind of deal with each other to make these big fights happen. See, the promoters want 100% of the lion's share versus 50-50, but 100% of nothing is 50% of something big is better than 100% of nothing.
Facts. Facts. I can't. I think that that's a good fight for the fans, and that fight definitely don't go the distance.
Great. Yeah, that's a great fight, Gary Russell and Matias.
That
Then
fight don't go the distance.
no, then the winner that you got with Devin Haney or with T.O., that you get into an undisputed 40-pound thing in a minute. But Devin gonna want Teofimo after
That's a great fight too. That's a great fight.
Teofimo.
You were saying?
Devin is gonna want to fight Teofimo after this one.
Mm, that's a good fight.
Yeah,
I honestly, on that matchup, I got Teofimo.
No, I like that you got him because that's what we need. That's why when people pick a fighter, I don't take it personal. Even if I'm training a fighter, I like him. That's what we need in boxing. Whenever you think one fighter, everybody think one fighter gonna win. It's a bad matchup.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
legitimate because T.O. got twos, he got power, speed, and he step up in them big fights. To me, Teofimo don't even need warm up fights. He don't do good in those. He need to fight all big fights. He the kind of guy that'll lose the smaller fight from just falling asleep. He need to take
Mm-hmm.
all fights. He need to fight the guys like Devin, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis,
But Devin
Reese.
got to get that WBC belt because if he loses, that.
Yeah, Devin ain't losing to Regis. He ain't Regis ain't yeah, Devin. Trust me.
So he all right. So all right, Devin Haney got the WBC. All right, so check it. He got the WBC and he going straight to Teo. If that happens, bro, that's gonna be a huge fight
Huge
coming
fight.
for the 2024 era, the Kobe Bryant era. Like
They,
shit.
they could fight April or June in Las Vegas. It'll sell out.
Mm.
Sell out. That's a great fight.
Why do you think that he beats Teo?
Who Devin?
Yeah.
I think his I think his movement and his focus in the ring and his movement. I think T.O. still kind of fall asleep a lot, but
On cruise control?
he got so much skill that he can do that and still whoop on you though. Like don't get
Mm.
me wrong, Teofimo capable of beating anybody you put in there with him, but you don't know which T.O. is gonna show up. Now that's still a 50-50 fight though. Like, but I think Devin gonna be stronger at 140 and look better at 140.
Yeah. you know, it's funny because it's like Teo, the big puncher, at 135. Go to 140, you got some respectable power now. You
Yeah,
know.
I tell you, I see T.O. beating a lot of welterweights right now. I can see him.
Yeah, he
Of
got the
course,
skill to do that.
yeah, of course not Boots. I wouldn't put him in there with Boots, but shit, he might could beat 90-some% of the 47 pounders. I
Mm.
see like Barrios and guys like that. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to see Teo fight Boots or Crawford. I wouldn't want to
no,
see that.
hell no, that'd be ugly. But T.O. is a monster, though, man. As long as he keep his head on his shoulders, and but I just think that he might price himself out against Devin. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
price himself out.
who do you think is gonna price himself out?
Teofimo, maybe his business team. I think they might ask for too much money. I don't want to predict or put that on them, but I just think that's why certain fights don't get done because
Well,
you
that
know you
would be a shame on Devin Haney's camp as well because strike one right away with at 35 with Shakur, and then we go up one weight class, strike two again. If we kind of keep reaching to you know
man, them numbers is the thing that But I think that T.O. and Devin is a 50. They should both get 50-50. It shouldn't
it
be
has
one.
to be,
I agree with them both getting 50. Whatever's on the table. If it's 25,
and
30
let it
million,
go on. Let the best man win.
yeah, just let them go on and fight. We don't defend nobody shame the loser. So that way everybody, they want to take these big fights. The loser can come back. I mean, we saw Teofimo do it. He came back and whooped Josh Taylor. Everybody thought Josh was gonna beat him.
Not me.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it, but Teofimo is one of the best fighters in the sport. He got it all. He got it all, man. I'm gonna tune in to all the Teofimo's fights. Like a lot of fighters, it's like okay, if I'm out and about, I ain't gonna go out my way to watch it. But if T.O. is fighting a top level guy, I'm watching it for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, he's been Teal's been around, man. Teal's been around this block, man. And you know, he's had some good nights and some bad nights, but that one thing that kid don't do, he don't turn down no smoke.
The only one that I got to see him take is Devin. I give you that.
Hmm.
He don't take smoke, but I want to see him fight Devin. I want to see what's that going to be like. Just do 50-50. That way y'all both getting the same thing. The negotiations ain't got to be hard. Y'all both do a rematch clause
How's the
and
line looking?
how's the line looking? I think it'd be
Me
even
too.
money. I think it'd be even money. Or Devin a slight favor, like minus 150.
So I got if that's the case, hey, that
Oh,
would be
oh
nice.
yeah, I ain't gonna.
I'm hoping Devin's up.
Yeah,
I'm
he probably
hoping
just because we say T.O. slip a little bit before. I think Devin would be like minus 150.
because he's undefeated too, as
Yeah, I think
well.
like fake. It's a great fight, man. I love to see that fight, and I'll say like the summer of next year. That'd be a great fight.
Yeah, I think that Tio, to be honest with you, would really break down Ryan Garcia. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
I don't got Ryan. I want Ryan to groom. I want Ryan to get schooled a little more for about a year, and then go back to the big fights. You know, because Ryan got all of the tools and he got the star quality. So we need him to stay in the lab and keep his focus. And I'm sure Derek could help him accomplish that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he looks a little different. It doesn't look as natural because you know he's like switching little things that you know the bad habits. He's trying to shake out the bad habits that
You know,
Ryan got.
Ryan and
Hmm?
what's the kid's name? Jermaine Ortiz.
It's a good fight.
I would like to see Ryan with somebody like that. Ryan versus Jermaine Ortiz.
You're proving a lot right there when you beat somebody like him.
I would like to see how he can beat him. Like, what can you do to him? That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. Jermaine looks like he's very close to a big fight. I've been hearing. Might be his next fight. Not sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. That'd be. Is he at 40 now or what?
He did a catch weight between 30 and 40. His last fight.
Oh okay. Yeah, I would like to see that though. Ryan Garcia versus Ortiz, because I know Ortiz is gonna push him. He gonna make his ass fight. So Ryan need to get battle tested a little more before he go back to the Devin Haneys, the Teofimos. Eventually, then it'll be Hitchens, it'll be Gary Russell up in there, Matias. I might be missing a couple people, but that's now we could say 40 is a legitimate. It's on fire a little bit because then you got Tank that could go up to 40.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I talked to Shakur, and obviously he wants to get like acclimated at 135. He wants to be just around there because he only had one fight on there, so
Yeah, yeah.
he want to just have a couple more. But he says that if he doesn't get undisputed one by one, he'll go up for a big fight. So determining on how these kids, you know, bodies change and stuff. Hey, you know, we're gonna get 40's gonna be. I feel like no. I think Shakur once he's done at 35, and there's nobody that can stop him. He's going up to 40, thinking the same way.
I think it's gonna be at least 2 to 3 years before he go up. Now he's still good enough to just move up and go back down because he good enough to beat guys at that weight. I just think that he like a natural lightweight to where you know hopefully him and Tank come together. They both win him a belt, get him a unification. Hopefully in about a year. That'd be Great fight. I don't
Who you
see.
got in that fight?
I got Shakur winning that.
Yeah.
Shakur winning that fight. Yeah, but 60-40, 55-45, 50-50 fight. I got Shakur winning.
Mm. So you got your call by just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, I think yeah because Tank still. But this the crazy thing though. For some reason, Styles make fights. I think that Tank could possibly stop Lomachenko. Even though I don't think he could beat Devin with his style, I think he might could stop Lomachenko. Tank. I think that he'd be down on the scorecards and he'd hurt him. It hurt Lomachenko and finish. But
But you don't
on
think
the
he could
flip
do the
side,
same thing? You don't think he could do the same thing to the other guys, like Haney and
oh yeah,
Shakur?
no, he got a chance to hurt both of them. Yeah, he got. But Shakur's discipline. He focused the whole 12 rounds and he disciplined. But yeah, I get Tanker. But like I say, I just wanted to be real and say my real opinion. This don't mean that I ain't a Tank fan. Like Tank is a hell of a fighter. But if you put a gun in my head and said you got to bet on one of them, I bet on Shakur.
And that's where the line's probably going to be more in your favor either way.
Yeah, yup. I'm gonna put but Tank is an animal. Like you can't. He could hurt anybody. Any human being he get in the ring with, he could hurt him. The
Hmm.
power that he possesses is not made for a little dude to take that. Like so, you could be up on the scorecard. He could hit Shakur and hurt him. So that ain't out the question. But 12 round boxing decision wise, I get that battle to Shakur.
Mm. You don't think Shakur? This Tech is a southpaw with fast feet too. He's not just a regular. Like he has good footwork too. Like put it like this. Nobody complains about Tech's footwork. How about that? So it got to be good. Um, does he choose to? He uses it in certain points. Tries to make you fall into a trap and hit you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know with these guys' IQ, obviously Shakur could probably understand exactly some of the things that he's doing. But say you're in the pocket and you're out here trying to take risks. You're trying to take trades, you know, just to make sure you land big shots. It turns into a fight. All
Yeah.
boxing aside.
What a crazy thing though is the good thing about when you watch the Tank fight, you got to be on the edge of your seat because he could change it with one. He could change the fight with one shot. But the only problem with that style is, what if you just down on the cards against a guy like Shakur, where it's hard to come back and beat him. But Tank is one. Tank is probably he might be the most exciting fighter to watch in boxing. Number one
Mhm.
exciting fighter to watch, honestly. Just because of that, he can box, he can punch. You don't know when he gonna hurt a dude. Like him and Lomachenko will be one of them fights to where
It's like when Mike Tyson was fighting.
exactly, but
You get that excitement.
he just like a Mike Tyson with better skills. So Tank is and I like to see Tank versus Teofimo. That's 50-50.
Now,
Because we know Teo
explain.
is southpaws and he's bigger and he could punch. So you're not gonna just you got to watch out for his power as well. But at the same time, we see Teofimo get hit a lot. He get kind of lackadaisical and get hit. So I would like to see Tank versus Teofimo, but I don't know. We was hearing about that, but it's weird. You don't hear about it no more.
That's why it's hard to like listen to every reporter, and it's because you just the people will just take it and make a movement to make money off of the media type deal. That's just what it is. But yeah, I didn't even really post too much about it. I posted it in the past, but not like I just talk about certain fights like we do right now, and I don't necessarily. I just believe that those are great fights stylistically. That even before we even heard this news, we've been talking about that for a minute. Um, Tio and Tank, that's for
Oh,
sure.
that's like one of them fights that you know for a fact is gonna live up to the hype. Now with Devin and Shakur versus Tank, you never know because if they getting about boxing them, it might not be crowd pleasing for the actual casual fan. For me, it would be. And you, I'm sure, it will. But To and Tank is fireworks because they both got power. Like they both could knock each other out, and they both good counter punchers. But somebody gonna have to take the lead. By them both being good counter punchers, somebody got to take the lead, and one of them might get hurt taking the lead, or one of them might make a mistake. That's a real good matchup.
But it's funny. Then from there, when you say that, it kind of feels like it's not gonna be an exciting fight because you got two guys standing there not throwing punches because they're too
I
counter.
think it will because even if they don't hit each other with volume or no volume, is gonna have some heat on them to where when they land, it's gonna be like it's gonna be bombs, like accurate. They both real accurate and explosive. So nah, I don't think they throw a lot of punches, but when they land, they gonna count. You gonna see both of them hurt each other.
Right, right. Um, that, yeah, you're definitely right. That will live up to its expectations, and I think that certain styles make fights, and I feel like Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo is like a good fight. Like it's a good fight because of who Caleb is and who Jamal is.
But Jamal, to me, he got a little while to get his head together. It seemed like so. I want to see. What's the Cuban 68 pounder? The one we was just talking about.
Morrell,
I
David
want to see
Morrell.
Earl versus Caleb Plant. But the only problem is they got the same manager. But
But why
they go.
wouldn't you want to see a Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant? It's a bigger fight.
I want to see Jamal get his head together first. I want to see him at his best. But I do want to see the fight. But I
So
want to
you
see.
don't think if he fights Jose Benavidez, it don't even make it? It don't even count. You don't even like the matchup.
Well, it count because dude still got skills. I think it's about how he wins the fight though. Like you can't just win a close decision. You know, we got to see him look like the same Charlo that we know is the real Charlo. Then I would like to see him in Plant because they got the drama on the fight from him smacking him and everything, and you know they gotta run it. They gotta get it in off of that. The dude smacks you, shit. You gotta fight him off of that.
Um, who would you favor in that fight?
Um, right now probably Plant.
Plant.
Yeah, by decision.
And if we see the best of Charlo,
Have we seen the best of Charlo?
I don't know if we've seen the best of Charlo,
It's
but I'm saying if the best of Charlo comes in there with Caleb Plant,
fights. I think he got a bad style for Charlo. I just think that he got a bad style for Charlo. The movement and all of that, I don't know, but it's a 50-50 fight if he at his best. I'd love to see it. But I want to throw David. I'd love to see Morrell versus him versus Plant.
mm, yeah, definitely for sure. Even like Morel and all those names, man. They just until he loses, we got to see more. It seems like, right?
Yeah, yeah, I would like to. I mean, dude got so much heart. He want to fight Benavidez, and that's what I like about him. Like, you know, he willing to step up to the plate.
I think that's probably the best fight you can make at 168, other than Canelo.
Yeah, who Morrell? Yeah, because I would have liked to see him and I would like to see him and Andre fight as well. That's a good style matchup. And then you got guys like Berlanga, Munguia. You know, you got guys like that that's right there. But you know, I would like to see Berlanga and I would like to see Berlanga versus Munguia fight.
I think it'll be a good fight. I think I want to ride with my Puerto Rican brother, man. But Munguia, he throws them hands, man.
Yeah,
He
he
throws.
throwing. But I think I can train. I could help. I could help Edgar beat him. That ain't saying that he ain't got a good trainer or nothing, but I just know I train Edgar for a fight, and I know what he need to do. I think that it's some things that he got to put it together. He got a lot of tools. Like same thing I said with Ron. I put Edgar in that boat. Like
Yeah, you're right.
I put them two in the same. They going in about a year or so. It's gonna take a year or two for them to, but they both got the tools, but they gotta find their identity and know like how to put it together, when to put it together, and how to do it. And like, cause like I say, I work with Edgar. He got a lot of tools. I just didn't get a lot of time with him though, and I was the assistant, so I played my part. But he got hella tools, so he a better fighter than me. I'm gonna put it like that.
He's a
Edgar's
better fighter than who?
not saying that Edgar haven't been fighting good, but me as a trainer, and I'm not pleased all the way satisfied at what I know he can do and how it's coming out. But that just means that it take a little more work and experience. And same thing with Ryan. Now he had that perfect fit in Derrick James to where he put it together. Like with Edgar, he just need it's there. He got a lot of tools that's there. It's just like we ready to see it come out of the oven. We taking the cake out of, and it's like, all right, damn, it's almost ready. He gonna be another exciting draw for that super middleweight division once I give him he could be Munguia in the next fight to me. Like, I already got
Yeah.
the blueprint to win, but like I say, he just need a little more icing on the cake. Like that's just my opinion because I trained him, so I'm just being honest. But if I know for a fact I know how he could beat Munguia. Just me working with him for one fight, I know how he could beat him.
Yeah, man. I think
He should be the
that's a great fight.
giant in the game. Like, we got to be real. Puerto Rico been slipping. That's usually the island that's known for having killers. Like, and in the last 5 to 10 years, it been too weak. So I want Andrade to carry that mantle, being filling in that gap. It haven't been picked up since Kodo.
I
Edgar can
mean,
do.
we got Super Matias.
Yeah, we got dude. What's the young guy? But he got a minute. Um,
Oh, we got Xander Zayas.
yeah, up and coming fighter, but
Yeah, and
Matias
then
carried. I don't think Matias could put that full pride behind it, like the full, like like I think too many guys can beat him right now. Animal though, he is an animal. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about we talking about Puerto Rico, one of the best boxing places in the world that been slipping. Like but to me, I
but
think
we also got Colazo, and we also got Bomba Gonzalez, which is fights in like the lightweights.
okay, yeah, I seen him. He could fight. Honestly, I would have to think that maybe the teachers are slipping down there because it's slipping in America. We got to get the teachers back in the game. Like in a minute, I'm about to start a trainer committee to where fighters could call me and get some advice on who, and I can put them with a trainer that's good for their style. But people neglect how important trainers are in boxing. Think about basketball, football. They keeping the teachers alive. Like now we don't got the old school game. We need to get real teachers in the game that can keep it alive. Like and that's why I'm still training here and there to keep the sport alive. But I think that we need to get some teachers down to Puerto Rico, and because Puerto Rico, it's in the air, it's in the water down there. But I think that we might be slipping on the teachers down there.
I know. We got Jake Paul coming out of there. Now.
I know a lot of good trainers that don't even got the names yet. That's great. trainers, like I say, that's the biggest part in the game is missing is teachers. Like we getting too many comment and YouTube and Instagram trainers. Don't all right, get y'all money for sure, but the fighters is getting food. They got to go to the OGs and ask questions like, man, all right, I'm slipping. I don't think I'm getting better. Who should I train with? Who should I train with? Think I'd be a good fit with? I think that's why that can be a big part of to pick boxing up as well. Like we need teachers in the game.
Right. Nah, 100%, man. 100%. Well, Mickey, man, it was a blessing, man. Thank you for joining us, man. We'll definitely get back. We got a lot of fights on ahead of us, so we will. To the next time, we'll be chopping it up more. Make sure you guys go follow my man Fight God TV, Mickey Bay. It's pinned up right there. Um, any last minute words, my bro?
Oh man, shit. I'll see you probably next weekend.
You already know, my man. You already know. God bless you, man. Enjoy. And I see you getting in shape, boy. I really do.
No, I gotta get in shit. I'm gonna try to make history, before I get up out of the game. And I'm back on the trainer circuit as well, so I'm back active as a trainer. Um, so you might see me with somebody who knows, but yeah, I'm gonna get a few more fights in because that was my plan. But you know, I'm just here for the better of the sport all around to keep it alive.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Make sure you guys smash the like button before leaving. Um, yeah, man. I'm gonna be out here just watching different fights and seeing what's new and what's going on. I gotta set up my next interview as well. But it's always a pleasure, my man.
Oh yeah, bet. I'll see you soon.
See you next week, bro.
All right, take it easy.
Make sure you guys smash the like button before leaving. Let's get this up to 45 if you like the segment. Let's get this up to 45 if you enjoyed and you liked the segment. Um, Finger pop that like button, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I appreciate you guys for showing love. Um, we'll be back most likely with Zab. Just gotta give him a call. But much love to everybody in the chat. Larry Liston, Guy Cindy, everybody in the chat. Salute to y'all. God bless. And we on to the next one.